Hey guys, Pastor Jake here. Just wanted to say what's up. Wanted to welcome you to a Wednesday night YouTube style. Yeah, excited for it. Let's play a game together. on, y'all. Hope you had a good time with that game. I would totally and absolutely pick bacon over sushi every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I don't know why it's twice on Sunday, but it's the thing. Anyways, hey, let me ask you a question. What if you had unlimited resources and you could pick any 3 friends to go on an epic adventure with you? What would you do and who would you do it with? You could do absolutely anything. You go skydiving. You could ride the world's tallest and fastest roller coasters. You could travel the world. You could hike Mount Everest. You can do absolutely everything. You can be starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, which might be my thing. Anyways, whatever. You do the Lambeau Leap. That would be awesome. Anyways, there's a catch though. The only restriction is that you have to be blindfolded. You have to do the entire adventure while only trusting your 3 friends to guide you. Would you think twice about who you would choose to go with? Or would you even think twice about what that adventure would be? Just think about right now the trust and faith that you would need to have to go on on such an epic experience without your eyesight. You know, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about the story of Jesus walking on water. And especially, I was thinking about it from the disciples' perspective. You know, the disciples had gone out onto the Sea of Galilee ahead of Jesus. They had a really long day. Jesus had been healing and feeding and performing miracles on top of learning of John the Baptist's deaths. And so Jesus just needed a minute to hit pause and pray and regather himself. And so the disciples are going out ahead of Jesus, and a storm comes, and the wind and the waves are tossing their boat back and forth. And mind you, the disciples were fishermen, most of them at least. And so storms were not a new thing for them. Yet this storm was really freaking them out. And then all of a sudden, Jesus starts walking out to them on the water, and it freaks them out. They think it's a ghost, but Jesus gets closer and goes, "Hey, don't worry, guys. It's me. It's Jesus." And so Peter, I love Peter. Peter, without even missing a beat, says, "Lord, if it's you, then tell me to come to you." And so Jesus is like, "Cool, yeah, come on out." And so in response, then Peter gets out of the boat and starts to walk towards Jesus until he's spooked by the wind and the waves around him, and he takes his eyes off of Jesus and begins to sink. And then, you know, like anyone would, he cries out for help. And Jesus catches him by the hand, tells him, like, "Why did you take your eyes off me? Do you have so little faith?" And he pulls him up and sets him back in the boat. And so imagine for a second that you were Peter. Go ahead and close your eyes and imagine that you were on a boat in the middle of a storm in the middle of the sea, and Jesus is standing there on the water in front of you, and he's calling you to get out of the boat and to come to him. Imagine that suddenly you find yourself walking on water, not sinking. Where do you look? Do you look below and marvel at your feet on top of the water? Do you look back at your friends in the boat and you kind of crack one of those, like, "Can you believe this?" kind of smile at your friends? Do you look at the storm above you? Or do you look straight ahead at Jesus? For a moment, Peter's faith is put on display when he steps out of the boat and begins to walk on the water toward Jesus. Peter trusts and wants to be near Jesus enough to plunge himself into the sea. He gets out of the boat in the middle of this storm. And yet, as long as Peter's eyes were on Jesus, he was able to walk on the water. And so I noticed that very critical detail to that story. It's only when his vision of when his eyes were focused on Jesus that he was able to walk on water. It's when he began to allow the distractions, the things going on around him, to take his eyes off of Jesus, that he began to sink. And so as I was thinking about that, and as I was reading that story, the reality of where we are right now, and you know, that we're surrounded by distractions, whether it's, you know, our devices, whether it's our friends, whether it's even this global pandemic that we're in the midst of. You know, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, where competing for our focus, competing for our eyesight. And so over this past week, where have your eyes been? You know, we just moved this last weekend, and so most of this last week, my eyes have been focused on the amount of boxes and things that we've had to move. But let me ask you, where have your eyes been this last week? Have they been looking down at yourself? Have they been in your phones or on the TV? Were your eyes so focused on others and looking for their acceptance? Were you looking at the things around you that make you nervous or scared or concerned? Or were your eyes fixed on Jesus? I want you to be honest with yourself. Because when we are looking anywhere but at Jesus, there is chaos and destruction, and things begin to fall apart. And as crazy as that and extreme as that may sound, it's the reality. Look at Peter, and look what happened to Peter. But see, here's the good news, guys, and here's where I want to end. The good news is that Jesus is waiting for us for when we cry out for help. Just like he saved Peter, Jesus wants to do the same for us. And so fix your eyes on Jesus, but know that even in those times when your eyes fall away from Jesus, that as long as you cry out to him, he's there to rescue him. But fix your eyes on Jesus and allow yourself to put your full faith in him. Sound good? All right, y'all. Love ya. Praying for you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. And we'll see you later.